Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you're a Lions supporter, you know that this offseason has been anything but boring. The team has been active, making strategic moves to bolster their roster, especially on defense, which has been a strength but also an area where they're looking to elevate even further. And one name that's been buzzing around the NFL circles, Trey Hendrickson. The Lions have reportedly been linked to him from pretty much the start of the offseason, and the more you look into it, the more it makes sense why this could be one of the most intriguing trade possibilities this year. Hendrickson, a player who's been a consistent force on the edge for the Cincinnati Bengals, has posted an impressive 17.5 sacks in each of the past 2 seasons. For a team like Detroit, which has been building around a formidable defense led by Aiden Hutchinson, adding someone like Hendrickson would be a game-changer. Think about it, Hutchinson rushing from one side and Hendrickson coming in from the other. That's a duo that could create nightmares for quarterbacks in the NFC, especially in a division that's already competitive and hungry for dominance. But what makes this situation even more interesting is Hendrickson's current contract situation. He's been reportedly unhappy with the negotiations in Cincinnati, and this opens a window for the Lions to swoop in, especially if they can make the financials work. The idea here is simple. Detroit could potentially trade for Hendrickson while also working out an extension that makes sense for both sides. This kind of move isn't just about acquiring a talented pass rusher. It's about making a statement, about showing the league that the Lions are serious contenders, ready to take the next step towards Super Bowl glory. Now, let's take a moment to talk about what this could mean for Detroit's defense. The Lions have been steadily improving over the past couple of seasons, with players like Hutchinson setting the tone on the defensive line. But adding Hendrickson would elevate the entire unit. His ability to rush the passer, combined with Hutchinson's emerging star power, could turn Detroit into one of the most feared defenses in the league. And it's not just about sacks. Hendrickson's presence on the field opens up opportunities for others, forces the offensive lines to double-team him, and creates opportunities for linebackers and secondary players to make plays. Of course, acquiring a player of Hendrickson's caliber isn't without its challenges. The main obstacle here is the trade price itself. According to reports, the asking price for Hendrickson has been a first-round pick and a young defender. That's a significant price, especially for a team like Detroit, which has limited draft capital this year. The Lions would need to weigh the immediate impact of a player like Hendrickson against the potential long-term development of their younger players. Still, the team's management seems to be open to making bold moves if it means upgrading the roster for a deep playoff run. And speaking of young defenders, one name that's been floated as a potential trade chip is Alex Anzalone. He's a veteran linebacker who has been productive, amassing over 200 tackles in just 51 games. While he's an important part of Detroit's linebacker core, the team might see him as a valuable asset to include in a trade package that could land Hendrickson. Balancing the team's immediate needs with future growth is always a tricky puzzle, but the Lions have shown they're willing to make those tough decisions when it comes to pushing for Super Bowl contention. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The NFC North has been a competitive division for a while now. The Lions, Packers, Vikings, and Bears all have their strengths, but Detroit feels like they're on the cusp of something special. They've been building through the draft, developing young stars, and now they're looking to add seasoned veterans who can make an immediate impact. Hendrickson fits that mold perfectly. The potential duo of Hutchinson and Hendrickson could be the kind of defensive front that offenses fear and quarterbacks dread. It's a pairing that could finally help Detroit end a long Super Bowl drought, which has been stretching back decades. But there's also a strategic element here. The Lions have limited cap space compared to some of their division rivals, which could complicate negotiations. The team's front office has been savvy in managing finances, but acquiring a player like Hendrickson would require some creative cap management. It's a challenge, but not impossible. If the Lions are willing to part with a first-round pick and a young defender like Anzalone, and if Cincinnati is open to trading Hendrickson in the right deal, this could become a reality. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could pay off immensely if it helps Detroit finally get over the playoff hump and make a deep run. Now, let's consider how Hendrickson's style fits into the Lions' defensive scheme. He's known for his relentless pass-rushing ability, his motor that never stops, and his knack for getting to the quarterback in clutch moments. His size, combined with his speed and technique, makes him a nightmare for offensive linemen. When paired with Hutchinson, who's already established himself as one of the league's top young pass rushers, the Lions would have an unstoppable duo that could dominate games from start to finish. This kind of edge rush presence is exactly what teams need when trying to shut down high-powered offenses, especially in the playoffs. And it's worth mentioning that, historically, the Lions have been hungry for a dominant pass rush that can consistently pressure the quarterback. They've had flashes of success in recent years, but stability and star power on the edge have been somewhat elusive. Hendrickson's arrival could finally provide that missing piece, turning Detroit into a true defensive powerhouse. Fans have been craving that kind of identity, one where the defense sets the tone, and the offense can play off that energy. It could be the catalyst that pushes the Lions over the edge into serious Super Bowl contention territory. Looking ahead, the Lions' front office will have some difficult decisions to make. Do they go all in on a trade for Hendrickson? Can they find a way to fit him into the cap? Will Cincinnati be willing to deal him, especially if he's expressing dissatisfaction? These questions will be answered in the coming weeks, but it's clear that the Lions are doing their homework. The potential of pairing Hendrickson with Hutchinson isn't just a fantasy, it's a strategic move that could reshape the entire division and the NFC landscape. In the end, this move isn't just about adding another player, it's about making a statement. The Lions have been quietly building a team that's capable of competing at the highest level, and bringing in a player like Hendrickson would send a clear message that they're all in this season. It's about maximizing their window, about finally putting the pieces together for a deep playoff run, and perhaps a shot at the Super Bowl. Detroit fans, I know you're excited, and rightfully so. This could be one of those off-season moves that defines the franchise for years to come. Remember, the NFL is a league where big moves happen every day, and the Lions are clearly in the mix. Whether this trade materializes or not, the energy is high, and the team's future looks brighter than ever. The combination of talent, strategy, and a clear desire to finally bring a championship home makes the Detroit Lions one of the most exciting teams to watch this season. So stay tuned, because if this move happens, it could be the start of a new chapter, one that Lions fans have been waiting for a long, long time. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe the Lions should go all in and try to bring Hendrickson to Detroit? Do you think it's worth giving up a first-round pick and a young defender like Anzalone? Or do you think the team should hold tight and look for other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. This is what makes our community special, sharing insights, debates, and passion for this incredible team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this promising franchise. Thanks for being part of the journey, Lions fans. Let's keep supporting this team through every pass, tackle, and game-winning drive.